So today we will be installing the carrier bearing drop kit from Rough Country. Ever since I've had this truck lifted, I've had that shimmy that happens upon acceleration. So I'm going to go ahead and install this kit here and see if we can get rid of the shimmy. The only two things you're really going to need is a 14mm. That's going to be to take the first two bolts that hold the carrier bearing up, and then a 17 because they give you two new bolts for that. I already peeked the instructions, and I mean they're pretty much suggesting you're putting 3 on each side, so I'm going to start out that way. It's kind of here what they're showing you. Getting some common sense. Take off one side at a time and slide the new ones on. So we're going to kind of do this way and see how this goes. Slide under here. Alright. Get over to the carrier bearing. And it's right here. Now, I used my brain last night and hit this with some PB blast. So we'll take one side off at a time. Alright. Okay, get that side loose. Sorry about the... Alright. First side's down. Now. Alright. Stack up 3. This part's going to be fun. I'm going to see if I can get you in the frame here while I do this. I'm sure my hands are going to be well in the way. Let's see here. Got the 3 up. Alright. Yeah, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Just gotta... Alright, got these going all the same direction. I'm sure I'm going to have to play around with those. Obviously just hand tight, but that's the premise of how this works. So get this other side down, make some noise. And we'll do the same thing over here. Again, I apologize for the camera angle. I'll do my best here to keep you guys in the frame. New bolt. Shims. neaten those up once I get my hands free here. Alright. Okay. And I'll just use this for now. I'm going to hit this with the impact here in a second. Hopefully that doesn't send everything out of whack. I don't think it will. But this is what the shim kit looks like afterwards. I'll tighten it up. And then we'll take it for a test drive. But I don't think you need to see me hit it with the impact, so I'll leave it at this, take it for a test drive, and we'll complete this video. Okay, here goes the test run. No shutter. So this kit definitely fixed the shutter upon takeoff, because pretty much every and any stop caused the same problem over and over. Like, you can feel it every time you would take off, and ever since I had this lift, I had the shutter. I just couldn't get it to go away. And I'm not having any issues. I'm merging onto a highway here. But that kit doesn't fix, I don't think it works for like a regular vibration at speeds. It's more for when you're first taking off, you have that shutter where it almost feels like your vehicle's engaging in like four-wheel drive on dry ground. But right before I started this video, I just, I hit 2 stoplights on my way here to hitting the highway, and it's totally gone. So I've been dealing with this for almost 2 years, and I finally now put that the drop bearing kit on, which I don't understand why Rough Country doesn't include that when you're buying a lift kit. That kit, I believe it's for many years of Tundras, and I believe it's also for like the late 90s, early 2000s Tacoma. I think the part number is 1776 BOX1, or box 1. But if you go on Rough Country's website, you type in your year, make, and model, and it'll tell you which kit. I think it's just one kit. But yeah, that kit fixed the shuttering problem. So if you're having the shuttering issue when you're accelerating from a stop, that's the kit you want to put on. I mean, again, I'm not having any issues. Doing almost 70, no issues. The kit comes with 6 shims total. The instructions tell you to put all 3 of them on. So that's what I did, and I figured if I was still having a problem, I can just remove, 1 off each side. But currently there's 3 shims on each side, 2 sides, and that worked for me. The lift that I have on this truck, it's the 6-inch Rough Country. It's the bracket lift. It's not the suspension lift. So the bracket lift comes with the new components to put everything at the level it's supposed to be at. But I'm going to call this a definite win. I wish I would have done this earlier, because there's many of road trips I've taken and daily driving that I've been having to deal with that. my carrier bearing's in pretty good shape because I was under there, you know, taking the bolts off. It's in pretty good shape. It's, you know, it's not loose or anything because I really don't want to have to replace that at the present time. But now this truck is pretty much set. I just got to do a few more maintenance things on it here because it's currently we're in May 2023. Got a bunch of trips lined up with this truck. Taking some South Carolina, Tennessee, upstate New York, going that way, but mostly heading south this summer. So yeah, I just got to do just some fluid changes and some other regular maintenance, and that's about it. But yeah, that kit is a win. That was $30 well spent. So until the next video, thanks for watching.